Hey guys, it's been a while. Let's talk some music. Welcome back to another album review, guys. It's been a while. It's been almost 2 months since I posted my last review on Miss May I went away for a bit, which I know might be annoying to some of you guys, but life just kind of happened. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Nothing bad, just busy. But I appreciate you guys sticking around, waiting for my content, and I actually shot up to 250 subscribers in that small hiatus, which is a little bit surprising to me, but it was also kind of the catalyst of me telling myself, like, hey, get your ass in gear, get back to these reviews. There are people out there that were watching those and I still want to watch them. So here I am. I had planned on coming back to these reviews anyway, but I just really started missing them. Some people started contacting me, asking where I went. You know, never fear. No more need to worry. Here I am. And the first review that I'm going to come at you guys with is from a band that I've liked forever, for a really long time, and that is Silverstein and their new album, Dead Reflection. Like most of you, I'm sure, Silverstein was one of the quintessential growing up bands, if you will. I got into them in middle school and I really haven't stopped listening to them since. And it's really just been great watching them evolve into what they have. I've honestly never been disappointed by a Silverstein album, so I was super stoked that they were coming out with an album this year, and I got really excited on release day. Dead Reflection came out on July 14th. I know it's been a while, but I am going to backtrack and get some albums that people requested, that people were kind of talking about earlier on, and some of those are going to be the Acacia Strain, a band called Currents, which I don't think are as famous as a lot of bands that I've reviewed, but I am going to backtrack a little bit as well as try to get out some newer albums reviewed for all of you guys. With that being said, if you're a Silverstein fan, you've probably already heard Dead Reflection, but we're going to get into it. Let's talk about the album. Track 1 is titled Last Looks. One always worries about a band that has heavy material and screams going soft on them, although Silverstein has had plenty of soft material before Dead Reflection. But on that note, Silverstein kind of comes out super heavy with the vocals in these verses in Last Looks. And also, as always, Shane Told comes up with some of my favorite vocal melodies, and he does not fail to do so right out of the gate. Overall, the song kind of talks about self-destructing and warning others not to go down the same path that might lead them there. Another highlight for me is definitely the breakdown. That breakdown riff just really gets me pumped up. With the lyrics, a broken mirror is just another 7 years. Kind of saying it's worth harming yourself in the mirror, or in other words, your past self. Even if it means bad luck, referring to the fact that if you break a mirror inside, that it's bad luck. And then they give us that breakdown riff at the end again, which was a nice little treat. Track 2 is called Retrograde. Pretty much the same exact vibe that they threw out with the first track, with the fast-paced drumming and the screaming. This song has a bit more of a memorable chorus though. We totally get the lyrics Dead Reflection, obviously a call out to the name of the album, which is always cool. A classic Silverstein listener can always expect some quote-unquote emo lyrics to come out in these songs, and it's really no different in some of these songs. Shane Told states he thought he could feel something someday, but this planet doesn't have a sun, just a moon that is lifeless. So again, some lyrics that the fans would expect from this band. Track number 3, Lost Positives. I really dig the intro, which is also the chorus of this song. Love the vocal melodies, love Shane's delivery. This is the song on the album that I kind of had on repeat a lot. Again, I don't know how to say it. I just love the melodies that Shane Told comes up with, and this chorus is a definite winner. Also, these guitar riffs so far have been super banging. In Lost Positives, we get a really soft verse, which is a nice change of pace from the previous 2 tracks. They're changing it up a bit, and it just transitions so well into that chorus. I like that they kind of just sprinkled in a little bit of screaming here and there, and it really upped the ante on those screaming parts and kind of accentuated the softer melodies. This song is super catchy and memorable, and so it's definitely a top contender for my favorite from the album. Ghost is track number 4. I really like the lyrical theme and content of this song. It kind of talks about seeing the ghost of somebody everywhere, insinuating that maybe it's a past relationship that you can't quite get over, because everything you see kind of just reminds you of them. Another really catchy chorus, some more great guitar riffs. We get a very angry breakdown in the song with Told saying, "You're a joke, they'll watch you choke," saying, "You're a joke of a rope. Your sins will slowly plague you until you die alone." So it's definitely kind of a song you can throw on when you just want to kick someone in the face. This felt like a really classic Silverstein song to me. Aquamarine is track number 5. But not your dream. It's not a diamond. And this song starts off with another soft section, but that section doesn't last long. This song breaks out into a truly Silverstein-esque verse. It totally reminded me of their older sound, and more specifically their song Sound of the Sun, which was on Arrivals and Departures, I believe, which is totally not a bad thing. I think that it kind of just is them showing that they can stick to their roots. We get a typical lyrical theme about watching someone leave you when you didn't think that they really would, and the feelings that follow that incident, most notably when they find someone else. So it's obviously a sadder track, but it's a very upbeat musical style. Track number 6 is called Mirror Box. This track tricks us a little bit as it starts off pretty heavy and then breaks off into this melancholic, ambient, slow verse. The chorus on this one is incredibly emotional. This is another song about losing someone that you used to love, but this song, unlike Aquamarine, seems like it was a falling out on both sides. It wasn't a one-sided relationship where one person like lies or cheats or something along those lines. So it sounds like the characters in Mirror Box still love each other, but they know that it's just not gonna work out. Track number 7 is called Demons. You've laid down the weapons! Now, overall, I'm not too stoked about this song. It just feels a little bit bland. The verses aren't really doing much for me. And the saving grace for this song might be the chorus for me. But again, the execution of everything just kind of fell short for me in this one. Track number 8, The Afterglow. I can see the sunset just inside of your bedroom. I know it's too soon to let it go. This song is just dripping poppiness, so again, it's a nice change of pace from what we've heard so far, and I love the effects on the vocals in the beginning of the track. With this being a poppier track, of course the chorus is gonna get pretty stuck in your head. They did a really good job with the writing there. I feel like my 15-year-old self would probably be in love with this song. But at this point in my life, I recognize it as a catchy tune, and it's not bad by any means, but I think it appeals to and was written for a little bit of a different demographic than I myself am a part of. Track number 9, we got a song called Cut and Run. The riff that he's used in the beginning and really used to carry the song as a whole is a really catchy one. I dig it, and it kind of sticks with you even after the track is over. Super simple chorus with some gang singing. This chorus is a perfect example of the keep it simple stupid rule. They don't really need much, but the chorus is still super effective both in message and feeling. If I'm being honest, I'm kind of in love with the bridge of this song. The singer's delivery is just on point, and I really dig the lyrics. I love the transition into it and the fact that we get a full band section with the lyrics, and then it goes into this more raw, stripped down version of it. And then they just give us that chorus a couple more times to take us out of the song. We got track number 10 here, titled Secret Safe. Throw a catchy, clean guitar riff like this at me and I'll take it any day of the week. The song is pretty sad, and it's about self-reflection. I also think a big message of this song is the narrator's struggle to really confide in anyone but himself, because he's afraid that they might not truly care about what he has to say or might go tell other people. But he says his secret is safe with himself, meaning if he just keeps it inside, no one has to know his secrets or what's truly going on inside of his head. I think the lyrics and the tone of the song definitely match up pretty well. Almost done here, we got Whiplash, which is track number 11. I try to focus on the blur. My biggest gripe with this song is as follows. I don't have a problem with the pre-chorus or the chorus in the right context, but I don't think that they fit very well together. I think that the pre-chorus in this track was a little bit wasted as it leads into that chorus. I think that they could have had a little more impact if they switched that up and put a different sort of musical style in there. I do like that they used the same pre-chorus to lead into the breakdown, because that's more of the feel and tone of the pre-chorus. The song isn't very long, but it does feel like it's kind of dragging along by the end of it. This song is kind of right in the middle on the spectrum of being great for me. The final track, which happens to also be the longest track on the album, is called Wake Up. This one is pretty slow all throughout, although it does have some sections where it gets pretty heavy. And it's an interesting way to exit the album. It's definitely an emotional track. They do a pretty good job of portraying that. We get the lyrics "Dead Reflection" again, which again is always neat when a band references the title of the album in a track. And the song gets pretty intense towards the end. The song kind of summarizes the overall theme of what I think Dead Reflection is about, which is not really seeing yourself in the mirror, like you've become something you didn't want to be. And like I mentioned earlier, kind of rebooting yourself and see if you can recover from this and become a better person. Alright, we've reached the end of Dead Reflection by Silverstein, their 9th studio album. My overall thoughts are they did not disappoint. As always, there are so many catchy parts, so many heavy parts, old Silverstein, new Silverstein. They just really found a way to balance it all here, and surprisingly so. Again, seeing as this is their 9th album, it's just so surprising that they're able to bring new elements as well as keep their old fans satisfied. If I had to pick a favorite track, I would definitely go with either Lost Positives or Catch and Run. And then on the other side of the spectrum, my least favorite song is probably Demons for sure. Awesome guys, well I hope you enjoyed this album review. Again, I know I was MIA for a bit, but I appreciate you sticking around, and I stated in a previous video that once I hit 250 subscribers, we would have another fan contest where someone will eventually get to pick an album that I review. And so that is probably going to come up I'll probably put that in a review of a band on the day where I can get the review out on the day the album drops. Maybe for Wage War next week, who knows, depends on when I can access that album. But again, stay tuned, thanks for sticking around. We got a lot of reviews coming up. I'm gonna get back into the groove of things. Follow me on social media. Instagram is where I'm probably the most active, and then Snapchat after that, and some of those links will be in the description below. Feel free to reach out to me if you want to know more about why I was gone, or if you just want to shoot the shit and whatever you want. As always, I want to know what you guys thought of the review and the album and just anything you're listening to, so hop into the comments down below, let's have a discussion, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks, and rock on.